So now I have another one. So I liked this form factor, and I actually bought this laser cut desktop character thing many years ago. And what I wanted to do with this is this was kind of like about 10 years ago. And I was just getting started with some IoT stuff and but a lot of the smart home stuff that we have today was in its infancy. So what I wanted to do was to make a kind of like emoji thing so that I could put this on my partner's desk, and if I was away off in the office or something, then I could send a little emoji thing and it would light up and make this sound like rah rah as kind of a poke or a hey, I was just thinking of you kind of thing. And just a way to kind of connect with people without sending a text message or something. Because that's seems to be what I'm all about, is how can we convey a message or something without having to look at a screen. So what I did, I like the form factor, so I went ahead and took a bunch of measurements and essentially recreated this thing. I did change a few things. You can see the eyes are a little different, and the mouth is a little different, and it's all one piece. So this is now a 3D printed piece. More importantly, the other thing that I did was I opened a couple of ports in the back. So I do have access to the USB-C port and I believe it's a I2S connection port for that, which is basically just a serial port. And then also, let me go ahead and turn it off so you don't get blinded by the light. But basically, so inside, what I have, this is just a little piece of diffuser stuff. But inside, you can see I now have a little tiny spot where the M5 Atom Echo can just pop right into. And the microphone is visible. The push button is visible, but not accessible. So I am going to have to wire up a new button if I want to have button release. But this also makes the LED point straight down, and everything gets tucked in. Of course, I have the speaker there. So I do want to, this is kind of going to be my test thing that I am going to continue working on the back end stuff and the user interface with this little guy, because it is tucked up a little nicer. I'll probably go ahead and add stuff for the 5-volt boost converter and charger and battery. So all that stuff, there's plenty of room in here to tuck that into, and then probably make some nicer diffusion stuff for the eyes and the mouth. I do want to separate out the eyes with a different LED than the mouth, so that I can do more options with that. But that's kind of like a stretch goal. Maybe do a sensor on top, and then make some aesthetics, like putting in these kind of details like the scales and things like that. So this is what I got now as my current thing. I'll probably post the STL files up on Thingiverse when I get a little closer. So if anyone else wants to make one of these little guys, they can do that as well. And I like the idea of having this exposed. So I want to have this eventually on battery power, so that you don't have to have it tethered. But even with this, like, someone could just pop the Atom Echo up in there, and you still have access to the USB-C port. So yeah, it's really great, and I hope that is going to be a little bit more accessible for people. If you want to make a weird little IoT helper project like this.